Hey guys, what's up? So here is DOS Ranger 93, and as you can see, it's a little bit high up there in the air for more than one reason. So I got my Roughcountry lift kit installed. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you've seen some couple cool photos of me climbing some dirt mounds and just having a blast. Lots of fun. So here's kind of a walkthrough of what has happened to my truck over the years. A little bit more of an explanation of what I've been doing, what I plan to do, and just kind of like an overview of the Roughcountry lift kit. So I love it. I got some bald tires here just to hold me over, some Mustang rims on spacers to kind of kick them out because Mustang rims sit really far in, and you know, you gotta have whatever they call that, offset, positive, negative, I don't remember. But so here we go. We got the I put on new tie rod ends, all new bushings, ball joints, everything, the whole 9 yards, all done to the front end. So I got everything done, so it's nice, stiff, firm. So Roughcountry lift kit comes with one of these guys that drop down, pretty sweet. I got myself some nice extensions. I ran some new brake lines. So these are the brake lines that don't rust, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever heard the copper plated ones, but you just gotta make sure they don't rub up against anything, because if they do, they're gonna rub through easy. But they're easily bent, and I gotta run through. I got some clearance, close calls, but it works good. Summit Racing custom built brake lines, these braided brake lines, with my own little zip tie creation to hold them, kind of keep them from rubbing against the tire when they're compressed. I talked to the guys at Summit Racing. The guy built these for probably like, I want to say like 50 or 60 bucks. And that's a lot cheaper than the ones that they offer, which are like 120 bucks or something like that. So, I mean, correct me on the prices if I'm wrong, but I mean, that's a huge savings. So if you ever go to Summit Racing, make sure you talk to the guys about building your own. They'll give you like the line. The line comes with the proper fitting on this side, and you just got to get the fittings for here with a little T fitting for one side, and it all works good. And they even slide right on in there. So it's good on both sides. So this looks like it's twisted, but it's not. It's just, like I said, it's just to keep it from rubbing against the tire. So yeah, really cool. If you guys notice, I'm missing my thing there because back when I was a kid taking this truck apart in high school, I was like, I don't need that in there, and you know, I lost stuff. And now I'm older, I'm like, well, that rattles, so I gotta go to the scrapyard and find the bushing and the bottom piece to this one and the bushing on this guy, because for some reason I was stupid and just didn't put that on when I was a kid. Hey, I didn't have a dad there to show me. I mean, I did have a dad, but he doesn't know jack diddly squat about cars. So there's that. I got really nice droop. That's what I call it when it's, look at that. So really nice. The tires hang down nice and low, and the truck sits pretty nice. Check out my Instagram. I might upload a couple photos on this video just to show you what it looks like when it's not on the lift. So there's that. I'm gonna be power washing our side of this guy really good. So you got these nice little spacers right here. They bolt up real nice, and you gotta drill, cut, or whatever you gotta do to get those pivots out. My suggestion, cut a couple slots in them, you know, like several different ways, and then take an air chisel, really pound them out. And those usually pop out pretty easily if you do it right. So they're not too bad. So I have it up on the lift because I was putting on a catalytic converter here because my truck sounds kind of ricey, and the catalytic converter kind of acts like a resonator, and it kind of takes out some of the rice. So I used to have a straight piped, that guy I built for like 12 bucks from Summit Racing, flanges and spare tubings, but now I got cat back on because it sounds like rice. It is a 4-cylinder, and that's the other thing. Saving up for a 5.0 swap. That's in the future sometime. So I'm right now kind of booked. I own 4 cars right now, and I kind of run out of space. So I want to be pulling the 5.0 transmission, wiring, and the engine from a Mustang or an Explorer. I want to get a manual transmission, so I'm probably going to be shooting for a Mustang with the wiring harness to match it and the ECU to match it. So, and then I'm just going to part out the rest of the car to make my money back. That's my plan. But the problem is I don't have room for a 5th car. So for right now, until I get cars sold, that's kind of taken on that's a back burner type deal. But it was something I do want to at least start getting the parts this summer. But we'll see how that goes. So, but yeah, so I did make this exhaust though from the Cat on back. Really nice, 2.5 up into a Flowmaster 40 series muffler, and then we got duals outputs going to the rear. So I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I made everything with the intention that I was going to do a 5.0 swap in the future. So I've got plenty of room here to run, 2 pipings over here and come into a collector with even a Cat if I need to pass E-check ever again, which honestly the truck's getting so old in my state. Once your car reaches 25, you no longer need an E-check, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so moving on to the back, I got a hitch from the junkyard, $28 after tax and everything. 6,000 pound towing capacity for a trailer. So that's pretty awesome. It's like 7,000 pound like gross capacity or something like that. I don't know what you would call it. And it's got a 750 gross tongue weight and a 400 pound tongue weight or whatever. I don't know. They got the 2 numbers. One's kind of like what they want to tell you, and the other one's like, what they have to tell you, something like that. So in the rear, I don't actually have Roughcountry lift kit. Well, that's stretched. I didn't even see that. Woo! So that's my ventilation. So that's my Ford 8.8 right here. This is the diff cover from an Explorer. Don't look at that. And this is the ventilation hose. I got it wrapped up in the frame, comes out right there. So yeah, here's my dual exhaust, runs right out the leaf springs. They don't rub, which is real nice. And I even hauled today over 1,000 pounds in the bed of my truck, and it held just fine. It didn't. The exhaust, you can see it barely rubbed right there, barely. So which is real nice. That means I can really load down some weight in the back of this truck and it'll go. And I had plenty of clearance between here and the bump stop. But yeah, what the leaf springs are is they're from Rock Auto. I replaced both leaf springs because I was having trouble with snapping leaf springs. So on the rear, I've got 4 leaf springs. I went with the one that had the tow package or the extra weight package, whatever you call it. So basically, it's like a stock Ford Ranger with the 4 leaves instead of the 3, because normal Rangers come with like 3. I think some of the sporty Rangers come with like only 2 or something like that, or the lower class ones come with 2. But yeah, so this one's the 4 leaf, so it's for extra weight, and then I added a leaf for the fun of it, because why not? So that's what gives me kind of my lift, and then also I got shackles from not Harbor Freight. What am I saying? AutoZone, way back in high school, right there. So there's that. 456 gearing. Those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, I used to have a mini spool in here, chewed up tires, so no more, back to open, but going to get a locker. Got Pro Comp shocks in the rear. I got shocks in the front that are the N2 or something like that, Roughcountry shocks. So yeah, those are those. Disc brakes from a Mustang. I'm going to be doing the rear lines with that really nice non-rusting brake line sometime soon, but not right now. I'm going to be welding these tabs down in place and running it really nice and flush and not doing any of this. I like a clean finished job. As far as extending this, I have not seen the need to, because this line that they give you from Ford is actually pretty long. So yeah, so the rear is not Roughcountry, but it works just fine. So there it is. And I'm about ready to start it up here. So that covers most of the stuff I've done. There's a couple other things that I've done. I'm going to be putting AC in it this summer, so we're going to start it up here and see how it sounds. So I lost the other exhaust tip. I only had them tacked on with 2 small tacks, so I'm gonna get some new ones that aren't so rusty. These were kind of rusty, so I didn't want to put them on with a lot of welding because I figured I was going to be taking them off again. So I also had to slut them a lot just to get them to fit the way I wanted.